Hey guys, Prepper Nurse One here. Today is
Wednesday.
Wednesday, the 27th of January. Um, Obviously, as most of you probably already know, what's happened out in Oregon at this point in time um, with what happened last night. And of course, you're probably not hearing a whole story. From what I understand, Lavoy, who was killed, had his hands up, was unarmed, and the police are saying he was shot, or the FBI was saying he was shot 3 times. And according to witnesses on the scene, the lady that was there said he was shot 6 to 7 times. Leave her alone. Put her down. Put her down. Um, so, it's unfortunately when this whole thing happened. I did a video on this before. I felt like this whole thing was not going to end well. The government does not like to be embarrassed. They don't like to be shown up. And when you have people that are going to do that, they don't like it. And they're going to retaliate, basically. And the sad thing, which is the true thing, is they can get away with whatever they want to. And it's unfortunate. And I know that there was the reporter on scene, Pete Santilli. He was also arrested, and I love the vague charges that they charged everybody with: obstruction of an investigation or something to that effect, and they're all felonies, of course. So they can lock these guys up for however long they decide to. Like I said, in my previous video, I understand what they were doing and I understand why they were doing what they were doing. I don't necessarily agree with the way they went about it because, at the end of the day, you got a guy dead. The one brother has been shot in the arm, and they're all in jail. And the other people that are still at the compound, basically have said that if the FBI comes in, they're going to shoot them. So that situation is not going to end well.
Which was supposed to me, I think that is very ignorant and stupid.
Well, it doesn't solve anything.
Yeah, like violence doesn't solve violence.
Right. You're right, Eddie. So, unfortunately, we have the situation that we have now. Can it lead to other things and snowball? It can. It's a possibility that could happen.
But let's hope it does not snowball.
Right, and Eddie just said, let's hope it does not snowball.
Because that can only end in one thing.
More violence.
I think violence, of course.
Right.
And well, I've been sick lately. I have the plague.
Yes, you have the plague. He got my sickness, so lucky Eddie. But anyway, this whole situation it was a no-win situation from the beginning for the Bundys and everybody else that was involved. And you're not going to win against the government. You're just not going to. You can wish and you can hope and wish there was change, but until somebody really does something about it, nothing is ever going to change. And people are not willing to risk their lives or sacrifice their lives. Now, in this case, the one gentleman did. He gave his life up. But to what end? Nothing is going to come of it. Sadly, it's a terrible situation. I feel bad for his family. They've lost a husband, father, and for what? For nothing, really, because it's not going to change anything, which is the sad truth. My heart goes out to him, but unfortunately, I don't see any, like I said, in the people in the compound, unless they give up, that's not going to end well either, They ambushed the Bundys in a car on the road, is what they did. So, but that's your typical government. They're like the mafia without repercussions, realistically. They can do whatever they want to do, and they can get away with it because they have the power. And that's the realistic truth of it all. They can paint you into being anything you want them to, they can spin it any way they want to with the media and everything else. Now, if you want to go back and look at David Koresh and the Branch Davidians down in Waco, Texas, okay? They painted him out to be this huge child molester, and he was having sex with all these people, and he was the only one. I don't believe any of that. I really, truly don't. I think that there was a group of people that wanted to do their own thing, and they just didn't want him to do it, And granted, they were all armed, And when they went in there and tried to take them, they got their butt spanked at first, and that's why they burned those people alive. I don't believe to this day that the Branch Davidians burned themselves alive. I believe the government burned them people alive, which is sad. They don't like to be embarrassed. And the thing is, the media's in their pocket, so they can spin it any way they want to. They can make anybody out there look any way they want to make them look. And the media is going to do exactly as they're told. That's the truth. That's the bottom line. So when the more people realize that, the better off you're going to be. I mean, it sounds terrible, and I hate to be a naysayer or being negative on that situation because I'm not a negative person, but you're not going to win against the government unless things blow up completely in this country, okay? And I'm not saying as far as a bomb, I'm just saying if things change completely, then it'll be different. But until that point, the government's going to do what the government's going to do. And there's nothing that anybody's going to do to change that. That's just my opinion. Doesn't make me right. I support the people out there. I support what they were doing. I support their intentions of what they were trying to accomplish. But unfortunately, I knew in my heart that this is where it was going to lead. Arrested and dead. And what good are they going to be able to do when they're in jail? Nothing. You know? And the other guy's dead. So what does that accomplish? It accomplishes nothing. All right, guys. Well, listen. You know, that's going to be it for today. I just, just my thoughts on the whole Burns, Oregon situation. And, tell me what you think. I'd like to hear your opinions on it, okay? I'll talk to you later. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.